Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very exciting video to get into because we have not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but like 8 or 9 Switch 2 games that were just announced that we need to talk about. We also have some huge Switch 2 game leaks as well, and a little cautionary tale about an upcoming Switch 2 game. So let's go and get right into this video. So yeah, no video yesterday for me because I had a couple announcements and leaks to go over, but I thought if I just wait 24 hours, there's probably going to be, even more. And that is an understatement. We have some huge Switch 2 game announcements, some huge Switch 2 game leaks, and one Switch 2 game. Just saying, I was excited. Now I'm probably going to skip it. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would really mean the world to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And stay tuned to the end of the video so you can learn how to win some eShop gift cards or potentially a Nintendo Switch 2. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So first, quickly, let's talk about Kirby Air Riders. Is the GameCube out? Is it 2001, 2002? Do I need to go put some batteries in my Game Boy Advance? Are we living in the good times again? I never really thought that I enjoyed this game as much as I did. I played it on the GameCube, but I kind of forgot about it. I'm not the biggest, or I wasn't the biggest Kirby fan, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land made me a huge Kirby fan, and now I just love Kirby. So when they first announced that this game was coming out, I was like, man, that's so crazy. I'm so excited. And I couldn't really figure out why I was so excited, but I guess the game was just a major part of my childhood. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting too much from the Kirby Direct, but boy, oh boy, this one looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like Sakurai actually listens to his fans and knows what we want and what he wants, and it comes together to be something very cohesive. So this is very exciting. We thought this was going to be maybe a September or October release. This is not coming out until November, so interesting timing there. I wonder what other games we'll be getting, but yeah, man, pretty cool stuff. One of my most anticipated games of all time is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I love that archaeological desert Middle Eastern. I just love that you're an adventurer, right? Some of my favorite movies of all time is The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. I've only seen maybe one Indiana Jones movie, and I feel like that's kind of crazy, so I should go watch all those. But the moment they showed this game off, I was so excited. I believe it's made by Machine Games, which is the same people who make the Wolfenstein games, and I love those as well. The problem for me is I don't have an Xbox. I've had multiple ones and I sold them. That's a different story for a different day. So I'm very excited to play these games, but I don't have an Xbox. Well, they showed up on the PS5 as well. And there has been multiple times where I've almost bought them. I've almost took the jump and did it, but there's been so many rumors that it's going to come to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, it didn't show up in the initial Switch 2 Direct. It didn't show up in the Partner Direct. It's not going to show up in the Indie Showcase, but there's been multiple times where they could have shown this game off and they didn't do it. So I was starting to lose hope. Well, I'm glad I didn't. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is in fact coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, but not until 2026. Now, I'm curious about that because it seems like they've been working on it, but I'm fine with them taking their time. That means we'll get a polished game once it comes over. But there is DLC coming out for this game pretty soon, I think. So I wonder if we'll get the Ultimate Edition or the Complete Edition when it hits the Switch 2. Now, this is not an official announcement, but Nate the Hate has been talking about all these Xbox games that are coming to the Switch 2. He said Indiana Jones and the Great Circle multiple times. Right after they showed off Indiana Jones for the Switch 2, he went over on Twitter and posted that that is not the only Bethesda game coming to the Switch 2 in 2026. See that planet? You can go there. Aside from landing on the PS5, Starfield is planned for release on the Switch 2 in 2026 as well. So I personally don't care. I wish I did. I like Fallout. I like Skyrim. I love stuff to do with space. I should love Starfield. And the thing is, I haven't played it. So, how could I say I won't like it? But it just looks so damn boring and bland. I know there's more DLC coming out fairly soon, I think. So, or at least it's rumored to be, so maybe that will liven it up a little bit. I'm not saying I won't play it, but I will say it's not high up on my radar. This might be one of those instances where it's well, I have nothing else to play and I found it on sale. But I will say it is exciting that it's coming to the Switch 2 because of what it symbolizes. This and Indiana Jones coming over to the Switch 2, I gotta say, I don't believe in the whole console war thing, but if we had to pick a winner, I'm just saying, it seems like somebody's coming out ahead in all of this. But, you know, you'll have to be the judge of that. Now, I covered a leak, I want to say 3 or 4 days ago. I mean, it wasn't long ago, and sometimes when you cover leaks, you're like, this sounds cool, this sounds possible, this sounds crazy, this is something else. In the leak I covered a few days ago, it seemed very possible just because of how they broke it down, and that was for a new Lego Batman game in the style of the Skywalker Saga, right? It's going to follow 3 or 4 Batman movies, and I mean, that sounds like the greatest Lego game of all time. What I did not expect is to see a trailer for this like a few days later and for that to be confirmed. Again, I think this is coming in 2026. You know, it's not too far away, 2026. We're like 4 months out. But I don't like seeing all these trailers this early. I wish they would have just said something is coming in 2026 with a Lego logo. Lego logo? Is that? Yeah, Lego logo. Instead of just saying like, hey, here's a game, but you can't play it for a long time because, you know, I get it. It's Gamescom and you want to make these announcements when you have all these eyes on it, but it just sucks that we can't play it yet. Now, if you guys know me, you know the only game I truly care about is Hollow Knight Silksong. And every month, every presentation, every day damn near for the past 4 or 5 years, we're like, this is the day. This is the presentation. It never is. You know, I kind of feel like hell might be freezing over because it's actually confirmed to be coming this year. Jeff Keighley just straight up said, I can confirm it's coming out this year. And Team Cherry themselves made a blog post on their website for the first time in over 5 years saying in 48 hours, big live stream or big trailer over on YouTube, and that will actually be the morning of August 21st, so tomorrow. I can't believe that we're actually having this happen. If I had to guess, it's going to be a release date trailer, maybe like 1.5 or 2 minutes of gameplay, and the release date. That's all I'm looking for. A very strange game got announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, and that is the Tourist Deluxe. Now, I think I made in the best looking Switch games of all time, and indie games or hidden gems or something. I remember talking about this game a few times on the Switch. It's one of the few games that I think ran 60 frames per second. It looked beautiful. It's got a very weird premise. We're on like this island and you can do all this stuff. I don't think I ever beat it. I might have. I feel like I've played it. You know, it's been so long. But this is getting a deluxe version on the Switch too. And I think this is coming maybe this summer, potentially. And it's going to be 120 frames per second, so that's crazy. Why I find this very strange is Nintendo has been very selective of dev kits. Now we are seeing more companies show up with whatever games, you know, it is happening more and more frequently where we're seeing developers with Switch 2 games or upcoming Switch 2 games. I think it's called Shinmu. Why would they have a dev kit this early? I'm not knocking it, you know. I think that's fantastic. I mean, this is a really cool game. I myself will be picking this up for the Switch 2. But I just find it such a strange game to be coming over this early, especially with the whole dev kit situation. So we'll see how this one goes. Now a game I did not expect to be talked about in the year of 2025 is Shinmu III. Yeah, you heard me correctly. This is one of the oddest games of all time. Not because it's, I guess, a bad game per se, but because of the potential of this whole series and what this symbolizes. This is the first Shinmu game in nearly 2 decades, so that tells you like how this all went. We were pretty much promised the universe, and they delivered like one little moon pebble when this game came out. It has a lot of stuff going on though: enhanced graphics and performance, 4K textures, DLSS, increased NPC density, classic camera mode, gameplay tweaks, improved interactions, a bunch of other stuff as well. This is really weird to me. I don't know how many more times I can tell you guys that. This is just so weird. I wish I could break down the history of this game and this franchise. I really would recommend you guys go watch like a YouTube documentary about this, because I'm sure there is some that are quite interesting, but it's It's just weird, but it is coming to the Switch and Switch 2, I believe. So, you know, that's cool. Now, a game that was only confirmed for the Switch and mobile, I believe, finally is confirmed for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well, which is very strange that it took this long, but that is Pokemon Champions. This is essentially like the new version of Pokemon Stadium. As far as I know, this is going to be a free-to-start game, which essentially means you don't need to pay any money to play it, but if you want to buy like extra Pokemon or some other stuff, there is like paid packages, I think. And then this is going to like be official Pokemon something for tournaments, something or another like that. I'll definitely be checking this out. I don't know if I'll really get into it, but I loved Pokemon Stadium. It's just kind of strange it took this long to be confirmed for the Nintendo Switch 2, but hey, another Nintendo Switch 2 game. Now, before we get into a pretty crazy leak, which I'm pretty sure is for a Nintendo Switch 2 game, possibly the most popular Switch 2 game, you can probably guess. One game that I was very, very excited for, I couldn't wait to play, is Damon X Machina. I wonder if it's called something else. This is the second one. There was one on the Switch. Okay, not really much to do in it, at least no real direction it seemed. So I was very excited for this one. A demo went live today, and remember I record these videos a day in advance, so a demo went live yesterday, and the reviews are in. It does not look great. People are saying it looks like a bad Switch port. So not only does it look like a bad Switch 2 game, imagine a bad game on the Switch that's a port from another console that just looks horrible. That's what it looks like, and I'm just looking at some screenshots right now, not even gameplay. I gotta say I am very disappointed in this, and it's like, is this even fixable at this point? This seems to be it, right? The most popular Nintendo Switch 2 game is Mario Kart World, and this will be the most popular Nintendo Switch 2 game the entire generation. That's just how this works, right? There's a lot of stuff I hope to see as this generation goes on. Will we see it? Well, I don't know. But I found these Nintendo patents that went live today. 100%, it's very easy to see. It is for Mario Kart. It kind of reminds me of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but a lot of times they'll continue to use like the same character models in these patents, even though it's for a new game. And it kind of looks, at least to me, like you'll be able to use your Mii characters in Mario Kart World. So I know Nintendo said they want to keep it only like Mario Universe. I do think eventually they'll add more characters, and I could see us using Mii's, and then it looks like you'll be able to like have them in certain outfits. That's really all I can take from this. It looks like Mii characters for Mario Kart. I'm assuming Mario Kart World because of the dates on this. This was published August 19th, 2025. Hopefully this comes, right? This could mean absolutely nothing, but I do think this is something Nintendo will eventually do. I do think we'll eventually have more things going on with the Mii characters, Mii Plaza, maybe some stuff for that Nintendo playtest that's going on, a new Miitopia, that would be pretty cool, and hopefully in Mario Kart World, like I said, that would be pretty awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. We have so much news coming out. It is amazing, truly amazing. So, yeah, unfortunately I think 2026 is when the ball will really start rolling for the Switch 2. It is what it is, right? We just gotta chill out this year. There'll be some new stuff happening, some good games happening, but probably not to the degree that we're all hoping for. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our communities growing. This Saturday, I will be streaming and giving away a bunch of games, so be on the lookout for that. Also, every Saturday, I give away multiple eShop gift cards and eShop sell videos, and I gave away one Switch 2. I'm going to give more away as the year goes on. And that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.